Look at you, you little piece of corn with some butter spread on you. I would like you to have an appreciation for something, friends. I've got a very juicy show for you today. Please, look and observe. Look at the absurd randomness of all these crypto narratives that have happened in 2023. You will notice they are random. They are sporadic. There is no rhyme or reason. It is random things. It's random things that went up, that went down, that pumped. There is no theme when you move from coin to coin. Look at this. Bonk. Do you remember Bonk? Just the meme dog coin on Solana. It bonked up and then it went bonk down. You had AI, liquid staking derivatives, metaverse, optimism and its ecosystem, which was not even anything. Okay, you had arbitrum season. We all remember this. We have Craptos, literally a few days. NFT finance, Curve, zero knowledge. This is also zero garbage. Okay, this is zero crap. Perpetual dexes, Canto, more like can't. They can't go toe-to-toe with any other real DeFi chain. Yeah, the Chinese coin narratives. Bitcoin finance. You remember the ordinals. Post-Pepe meme coins and Pepe itself. You remember these. Look at the randomness, friends. We're jumping around. Gamble finance. Telegram trading bots. This was the real ticker Bitcoin. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Teninu. And its derivatives. You had Bold. All these things. I know these. Looking at these words, you're like, who the hell predicted all these? No one did. We have survivorship bias, Habib and Habibis. What happens is somebody comes out to brag and says, well, you know, I killed it. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're a genius. Tell me how you're reading these. You guys remember Bold? I remember with Bold, there are a couple of haters that came out and they go, no, well, you see, the new altcoins is how you do it. And then it turns out with Bold, the guy was an insider who rugged and dumped on everyone. And he pretended to be some innocent dude on Twitter like, oh, yeah, oh, this is just golly gee, look at me. I just randomly found this coin from the deployer. It's a rotation game. There are some people winning. I don't trust them. You know why? One, you can barely verify. Number two, there's not enough of them. So these two are dangerous combinations. One, so you don't even know the data are valid, right? You don't even know if it's enough sample size. And two, you can't even tell that, you know, are these people just products of being insiders in the diarrhea dump cartel fest that they're in? Are they just first? Look at this. Each narrative, bunny hopping attention from the crowd. Every time something would move, the Furu influencers would tell people, now it is the time to get in. You know, they're very competitive narratives. We're all aware of this. I will tell you so many times, friends. I understand how people get crushed. It's not like you're not silly. It's just you're following your emotions. I know this. You feel compelled to because your coins aren't moving and then someone else says, you've got to adapt. They always bring out like this Darwinian evolution type of talk. They'll say, well, you know, like in the animal kingdom, it's not the strongest that survives. It's actually the one that's most willing to adapt. So if you don't adapt to the hottest trend moving coins, you will die a cold death. That's what they say, friends. Of course they say that. Of course they say that. But I just want to crank some music. Just so as in some interlude thought here. This is how they trick us. They tell us, oh, you got to go into the latest hottest trend, don't ya? That's exactly what we want to hear, isn't it? Which basically means, you know what it means, friends? It translates to, give me a reason to sell this bottom in coin A. Give me a reason, because I want to sell this bottom, and let me go your hot new trash coin, coin B. Give me a reason to do that. And then people want to be sold on the idea. And what will they do? They will sell this. They'll go buy this. Guess what? They'll end up with a big fat red arrow downwards. They'll end up with nothing left. Nothing. They'll chop their positions up and down. This is how you fondle your soap. You understand this, friends? Fondling the soap in the shower, you keep fondling it, you got nothing left. Don't fondle your portfolio. The more you do it, it just withers away in your hands. Look, you can learn this the easy way or the hard way. I know you like it hard. Family-friendly show. By the way, like, subscribe, belly button, or it's a family-friendly show. Please, keep it G-rated. There are children out there. Make sure you understand it's all about hodling and waiting. You do understand this. You go, oh my gosh, of course we understand this. But every time I understand new narratives come in, we want to know, hey, I know you said that the new narratives don't matter, but is this time different? I completely understand. We always are compelled to check out if something's different now. I posted this earlier in October. This is Edward Snowden, okay? Some may call him a hero. He was the one basically stitched on the US government, said, well, you know what? You guys are accidentally killing your citizens innocently, aren't you? Aren't you a bit of a naughty boy, are you? So basically, he talks about Bitcoin. He says he was warning everyone. This is early in the month, friends. Just I've got to remind everybody as time goes on. Warning everyone. There are big financial firms that are adopting Bitcoin just to control it. Not because they believe in it. They're like, okay, we got to get our hands on it. You notice this, to control it. Very important to understand those words. What does control it mean? It means you got to get the futures ETF. You got to create infinite offer. You got to keep the ramps protected by the bug eaters, the cicadas, their antennas. You understand? The little bug feet, little caterpillar feet. They don't want it to be a non-KYC, free and open world. They don't really believe in freedom of speech. They believe in a rule for the insiders and a rule for the outsiders. You and I, we're outsiders, friends. That's why you keep your back straight, you keep your fluffy slippers on, you keep your elbows very pointy. And I've warned you many times, the bug eater overlords are coming. We're seeing it with Uniswap, fake DeFi Uniswap's KYC, fake DeFi Uniswap neglecting uni holders. We're also seeing it with fake DeFi MetaMask, who are unfortunately corrupted by JP Mosquito, bzz, bzz, you know, just flying around, sucking everyone's blood. Let's zoom in. Edward Snowden warned at a crypto conference that big companies are adopting Bitcoin to exert control over it. According to him, this adoption hides Bitcoin's true value. Specifically, it narrows the focus to only a few users. Furthermore, Mr. Snowden calls on investors to protect Bitcoin from becoming too institutionalized. I mean, how can we do that, friends? You can't really do that because, unfortunately, Bitcoin as layer 0, digital rock, cybernetic hornet's nest, they can't build a DEX. They can't build bridges. They can't do anything there. It's meant to sit there as digital rock. So you are really at the mercy of how the market decides to play this game. And unfortunately, we're seeing it right now. We're seeing Roca Negra, we're seeing everybody that want to get their dirty hands into it, make it an ESG trash product so they can get everybody into the Ponzi game, and then they can get the majority of the people to vote for probably a proof of stake. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. But that would seem like a logical goal. If you wanted to control Bitcoin, isn't that what you would do? You have 219 million people using it right now. All right? Wouldn't it be a nice goal for you to get to 1 billion? So you recruit 800 million, but what you will do is you recruit 800 million into your approved exchanges. That's where you funnel them into, the new 800 million people. They come in, they buy the top, you get them destroyed, and in the next bear market, you tell them, well, you know, you don't like it when the price goes down, do ya? I've got a solution for you. Let's make it proof of stake. Because then we don't have these dirty Chinese miners who are dumping this filthy, trashy Bitcoin. That's what we can do for you, baby dolls. That's what they're going to do. They're going to call you baby dolls to your faces, and you're going to understand that they are actually dingleberries. They're evil scum reptilians. You can't trust them, friends. Even the Bible wrote about them. They were written everywhere. You can't trust the reptilians. Edward Snowden's trying to warn us. And every time there's a crack in the reptilian system, I laugh. I do, all right? Because this is like, if you're from the UK, I'm sorry, it's game over, all right? It's literally game over. So in the UK, they've got 30-year bonds, unfortunately not as deeply liquid as the US 30-year bond. The US 30-year bonds are very liquid, friends. They're very important because that's how most Americans get the fixed rate. That's actually how you get them. Most other countries don't have 30-year bonds. For example, in Australia, we don't have it. To hedge, the longest we can hedge is 5 years. I know you're laughing. That's all we can do. And they actually have to buy half of the 3-year bond and half of the 10-year bond. That's how they actually get a 5-year bond, because we don't actually have a 5-year bond. I know. It sounds like this most like archaic, like, you know, Jesus times, wooden sandals type of approach to getting a hedge in the future. You buy half of this and you buy half of that and then you mix and match. That's actually how it works. I'm not making this up. In the UK, you do have a 30-year bond. Unfortunately, look at your yields. Pumping. This is disastrous, by the way. These yields are disgusting. Look at that vertical line up. So, you know, a lot of people, they say, well, you know, the people, the retailers, you should have known better. Well, here's the thing. The government is also in a pickle. The government, they weren't planning for this. They had no idea. They always have a plan, though, printing money. So the 30-year bonds for the UK, the yields are back to where they did QE. So this is very nasty, very nasty. And the system is cracking, and the pension funds are going to get wrecked, and all years. They know this, friend. They can see this coming a mile away. They don't let them all destroy themselves publicly. Okay, they don't want to riot. They figure out something in the background, and it always involves Microsoft Excel. You go, golly gee, okay, you've got money missing in cell A, and I just printed money in cell C. So how about what I do is, I'm not joking, by the way, this is exactly what they do. They go, okay, let's move this money here, and then back here, and then, okay, somehow it lands in A. That's how it happens. It really, all they did was, okay, let's move the money here. That's it. I know this sounds archaic, sounds weird, sounds strange. You're like, no, it can't possibly be that. Yes, it is like that. That's exactly how it works. But they're not going to admit it to you because it sounds like a 2-year-old could do it. Well, the truth is a 2-year-old could do it. That's why it's a fiat system. It's just that you don't get access to the keystrokes, the keyboard strokes, tippity-tappy. All right? By the way, we've got to pump some music for you. Just got to appreciate that, you know, November's coming and we're all friends, and the fiat Ponzi system, it still ain't fixed, which is great for our bags, isn't it? All the central banks, they must pivot. Unless, look, there's another way to do this. They can just like wipe out 30% of all pension funds. See how you do that. Try telling a population of millions and millions and millions of people, of boomers who've worked 40, 50 years of their life. Try telling them, actually, there's no money left for you. See how that works. See how that works. Not going to do it. It's literally impossible. Nobody wants poop fiat. That's the truth. So we're seeing a lot of these macro things forming and shifting in the background. They are revealing to us, not only is crypto going along its cycle, as best as we hope, also the long-term and short-term US, UK, international debt cycles and their economic cycles, they're also coming along. We hope that we do see a pocket, a window of time where everybody takes their pants off, glitter in the pool, eating a lot of pineapple in the pizza. We hope we see that time, so at least we get some edge out there. But until then, we're going to sit patiently waiting for those good euphoric times. Don't forget, friends, 2024 is around the corner. Then we've got the Bitcoin halvening, so it's coming. You can feel it. Tell mum and dad we do love and appreciate them. I'm going to catch you next one.